we had a lawnmower flip over. This is weekly update number 3 or 4, but let's jump right into it. So the first thing that happened that was crazy is for the first time ever, we used those stand-on lawnmowers. Guy was going up the ramp and somehow just kept going and then flipped the mower back over. That was pretty not good, for sure. But he was totally fine because he jumped off to the side, mower flipped, and we fixed it, whatever. At some point I'll put a photo up somewhere when it's funnier. But now I'm still annoyed because it's going to be a bunch of money to fix. But yeah, so that happened. We also got these new sweet hats in, which is pretty cool. I'm liking them. So yeah, other than that, business stuff that happened. Door-to-door is going really well. As far as for me learning it, I made 8 sales this week, so that's not like incredible. I was out like 3.5 days or so for the 8 sales, so it was fine. I was going to go out Saturday because I wanted to make 10 sales, but then I had to mow Saturday, which stunk because I really wanted to crush 10 sales, so I can buy myself a Segway. So that's my goal for this upcoming week is 10 sales because then I can buy myself a Segway, which I would like. Selling is pretty easy when you're selling. I found out like when I'm in the zone going and selling, it's good. But then when I'm not in the zone selling and like my tone changes and get like hard eyes towards customers, really does not end that well, not making sales. So really interesting though. Selling lawn care is easier than you think when the sales are going well and harder, when they're not, obviously. I had to mow lawns on Saturday, which didn't go well. I had to mow lawns last week on Saturday as well because there were some clients that weren't done and it doesn't sit right with me to go sell new customers, even if the fertilization weed control when our other customers aren't getting service. So I wanted to make sure a lot of lawns got completed. With that, we do have it fixed this week. We have some new people starting. Part of the issue with the mower flipping over was in our backup mower and that mower were in the shop, so we didn't have enough mowers. But we got everything sorted out this week. Should be much better, which I'm stoked about. That being said, we didn't have any angry customers. Like everything went well, communication was fine, etc. We made a new contract for door-to-door clients when we signed them up. We call it a service agreement on the doors. If they ask if it's a contract, of course we say yes because it's not ethical if you didn't say yes. Check out Lenny Gray's stuff on that. But, of course we tell them it's a contract, but we just made it. It's nothing crazy. It's just, a service agreement for a year. Fun overcome with customers is they're like, oh, is it a contract? I'm like, yeah. It's just a 57-year agreement for the, just it's 12 months. And that's a really fun overcome with that. If they're upset about, or if they ask about it. But, so we put that in place. And then, we're just getting punched in the face by hiring bad people in the field. And until we learn that lesson, it's going to keep happening. And so I kind of learned that lesson. But then this year we kind of got into a tough spot. Like I had to mow lawns last week, and so therefore we're like, let's just bring on anybody that can work. So we had to go with a couple not so great people that didn't fit our core values as well as they could have. And so now we're back to we have some people starting next week who, we did the full hiring process on, personality test, or personality survey, whatever, background checks, reference checks, etc. So now we've got some really, really awesome people starting in, which I'm stoked for. And then, I'm about to do our weekly report for last week, see how everything shook out. I believe it was actually pretty good last week. We got, lots of happy customers, and and then next week I'll be able to talk to you about the financials for May because we'll have those finished up. And that's it. Oh, and last thing is finding door-to-door people is tough. Really trying to dial in that interview process and have our first couple success stories to really build on. Because if I'm the only one really selling and like people are only selling accounts when I'm with them helping them close, one, it speaks to sales training, which I'm trying to get better at. But I think the second thing is just to I'm talking to more people per day, so just really being out there pounding doors. So we're going to sort that out too. But thanks for tuning in. See you next week.